Hey, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Danielle Jeffers, founder of Doe 4 Degrees LLC. Today I'm going to get into the first edition of Habits of Scholarship Winners, the September 2019 version. Let's go. Alright, so if you had a chance to watch the intro video, then you know what this video is about. I am giving tips and guidance for students every month. I'm doing 2 editions of this series called Habits of Scholarship Winners. I'm doing a high school edition, I'm doing a college edition, where I educate you on pertinent steps and information you need to take this month, whichever the designated month or time period or time frame is, to be successful, because those are the habits of the scholarship winners. If you want to be like the best, if you want to be the best, you got to mimic the best. So once again, it's here to help you. It's free information, free content. So high school students, there are 3 things you need to do in September 2019 to ensure your success as a scholarship applicant. Let's break it down. Alright, so the first thing you need to know is the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, opens October 1st, 2019. Once again, that's the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. What is the FAFSA? The FAFSA is a federal government document. It's a digital document. I think you can get the paper version too. I'm not sure. Where you submit your household income and other information so the government can assess your eligibility to qualify for need-based aid offered by the federal government, and the information you provide will also help your college, help scholarship providers determine whether you qualify for need-based aid. So what is need-based aid? There are 2 different categories of scholarships. Now, there are different types of scholarships, but there are 2 different categories of scholarships. Each scholarship fits in one or both of these categories. There are need-based scholarships and there are merit-based scholarships. Need-based scholarships are based on your financial need. So when I was in high school in 2015 as a senior, I qualified for need-based aid because my parents were forced to retire from their respective jobs, which meant that they were dependent on money to supplement their income from the federal government. So what does that mean? That basically means my parents didn't have the money to send me to college. They were not living financially. We weren't living the same way financially as we were before, and so I needed money. So when you submit your FAFSA in October, because it opens on October 1st, and the key to this is you want to get your FAFSA in as soon as possible. If you take the time to prepare all the documents by gathering your 2018 tax return if you worked as a student, and your parents' tax returns of 2018, if you gather all that information to submit your 2019, 2020 FAFSA, I gotta double check that because I know this year it's the 2019-2020 school year, so you probably will be submitting your 2020, 2021 FAFSA. But I'm gonna go back and put that information in, put the correct information in. Okay, anyway, so once you gather those documents, that's your financial, your tax returns for 2018, your parents' tax returns for 2018, what you wanna do is you wanna take that information and put it to the side, put it in a safe place, because once the opportunity to submit your FAFSA opens on October 1, you want to go ahead and knock it out. So that's one of the first things you want to do in September. Now, I mentioned another category. I mentioned merit-based aid. Merit-based aid is based on your talents and skills. So as a scholarship applicant in high school, I was very smart. I had a 4.1 GPA. I was speaking publicly in my community. I did public speaking for my Boys and Girls Club. Shout out to BGCDA, the Boys and Girls Club of the Danville area. I also volunteered. I had a personal story. I played basketball. I was recovering from a torn ACL injury. So I had lots of talent, skills, and abilities, and I applied for merit-based scholarships that allowed me to speak to that. So those are the 2 categories of scholarships, need-based and merit-based aid. Drop a comment below if you have any questions about which one you think you would qualify for or anything like that. I do my best to answer your questions. Also, drop a comment and let me know which ones you're more interested in applying for, need-based scholarships and merit-based scholarships. And let me dispel this myth that I hear all the time, that only minorities and people from difficult financial backgrounds can get scholarships. That's not the case. Like, I have clients whose parents earn millions of dollars a year and they're still applying for scholarships, because the beautiful thing about outside scholarships is that it allows you to keep your money in your pocket and leverage other people's money, time, and resources. So you can get other people to pay for your education as long as you put in the groundwork. And most of those students who come from higher income or middle class backgrounds, their parents don't qualify for need-based aid because their parents make too much money, and so they need to apply for merit-based aid, especially merit-based scholarships. So it's up to you whether you want to go get it. You just got to put in the work. It's definitely a lot of work. It's a part-time job in and of itself, but it's the best part-time job I've ever had because I was making $1,500 an hour, $1,500 per hour at 18 years old applying for scholarships. And if you don't know my story, watch my previous content, especially the video where it's Danielle's journey to $200,000 plus in scholarships and a debt-free degree. I break it down in that video, so make sure you check that out. Second thing I want you to do this month, September 2019, I want you to sit down and have a conversation with your parents about how much they can contribute to the cost of your education. Once again, sit down with your parents and let them know where you want to go to school and say, hey, I want to go to school here. Let's take the time tonight, this week, as soon as possible to look at the cost of attendance, the amount it's going to cost me to go to college. And I want to understand from your perspective how much you think you can contribute this upcoming school year. If it's your first year in school, how much can you contribute to my first year in school? And also, how much can you contribute over the course of my entire education? Because the main thing people need to know and be aware of in regards to scholarships is honesty and transparency. So many students get put in a situation like I was put in, where my parents waited until the last minute to tell me they couldn't afford to send me to college and I had to figure it out on my own. And you get in that situation and financial aid may have a mess up. I experienced that too in college. My last semester, financial aid messed up, told me I had to get it right and give them the money back before I crossed the stage in order to get my degree. And I know what that feels like. It's not a good feeling. And so what I'm asking of you is to take accountability for your life. This one thing that you are in control of. And if you're under 18 years old, then it may not feel like you have a lot of control because you're still under your parents' or guardians' guidance and their instruction, their leadership. I understand it. But the way you think about things will help you frame yourself and put yourself in a position for success once you turn 18. And so what I'm asking you is be accountable and take initiative. And if you haven't watched the series Quick Steps to Graduate Debt Free, go through that series. It's a 3-part series where I break down in 3 videos quick steps you need to take to graduate debt free. You won't learn everything, but it's enough to get you started. The third thing you need to do as a high school senior is you definitely need to go see your guidance counselor. Go see your guidance counselor and have a conversation with them and say, hey, I'm applying for scholarships and I hope to earn enough to go to school and graduate debt free. How can the guidance department assist me in this process? That's it. Once again, I'm applying for scholarships and I want to know how this guidance department can assist me with this process. Go see your guidance counselor and have that conversation. Those are 3 things you need to do this month. 3 things you need to do this month to prepare to earn scholarships to go to college and graduate debt free. Let me know if that helps you. I can't wait to see you next time. Hey, and if you're a high school senior, don't forget to watch the college edition of this video because it's a little bit different. Some of the content will be similar, but it's a little bit different because the things I did in high school to graduate debt free were different from the things I did in college to ensure that I graduated debt free. So I'm just here to help here to serve as a resource. Make sure you check out the links in the description box below for more content and free information. And also consider joining our community scholarship chats every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I go live on Dope for Degrees YouTube channel to answer any questions you have about scholarships, college, academic success, or whatever. You can check out the past episodes in the description box below too. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.